Hello, my name is Michael D'Ambrosio. I'm an employee for Georgia Partnership for Telehealth, and today I'm going to be showing you a video of what an actual consultation or a demonstration of the equipment would look like. So to start, I'm just going to show you the AIO scope. This particular scope is made by Robonson, and it just stands for all-in-one. So that means I can take my attachments off, and I'll be having one camera and just using multiple different attachments. So this one here, just twist, you lock it in, and this one allows me to view my eardrum. So I can switch over, and you should be seeing that live video feed now. And I'll just show you my right eardrum first. So I can capture that image, and what I'll do next is again take the attachment off, and I'll switch over and just put a little spacer bar on. This just screws in underneath the camera. It's not really an attachment that does anything to the camera itself, but it just allows me to stay a certain distance away from my throat every time, so I'm okay with my focus. So I'll show you my throat and my eye next. Okay, and then switch over and I'll go right to my eye. Okay, then I'll take this spacer bar back off, and what I'll put on next is a little 1-inch spacer bar, and it actually zooms the camera in 50 times, and it's for dermatology or up-close images for wound care. So let me get my focus right, and I'll just show you. I'll start with just a fingerprint, and you just can kind of see how close that gets. I had a little cut on my thumb, you can see that, and then I can capture this image as well. And now that I've taken 4 images, I can pull all of those back up. And let's say that we were actually doing a call. I can make those images go. So if I knew I was going to connect with a physician in 15 minutes and my patient was already here, then I could have already taken all the images and just saved them onto the camera, just the 4. And then whenever the physician's ready to see them, I can pull them back up. And he might say that he wants to see the throat again. So using the back of the camera, I go over and I can pull the throat back up. And from here, I can actually zoom in farther. And I can do this with any image. So if I wanted to go back to my eye and pull it up, then I can do that as well. So I can make them go away. And then just real quick to show you some more images with the camera, some of our school clinics actually use this to look for head lice just because of the clarity of the camera. Not really to connect with a physician, but just kind of an in-house use. Here's my shirt. And then you can see where I shaved this morning. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch over back to the camera, and I'm going to show you what our stethoscope looks like. So this is a Bluetooth stethoscope. It's made by Littman, and all it does is you would have the same stethoscope on your side if we were in an actual consult, and I would pair my stethoscope to my computer. You would pair yours to your computer, and then our computers will pair together through a session ID number. And what that means is when I put this up to my heart, you'll be hearing it on your side. So it's a live feed going back and forth through the 2 stethoscopes. And just to kind of show you what the interface for that looks like, I can pull that up and log in. So here, this is where I would just go to pair my stethoscope up. And you can see whenever I click that, it gives me instructions. And whenever it's paired, it'll turn from a red X to a green check mark. And then I would actually, if I was going to be sending heart sounds, then I would host a session. If you wanted to send your heart sounds to me, then I would join the session. The hosting is just for the person that is sending the heart sounds. From here, I can adjust the scale, and then also on the stethoscope, there's filter controls. So I can filter it just for heart sounds, just for lung sounds, for valve movements. I can turn the volume up or down. I can change any of that. And then also, if we were to be in a call, you see how I can move this guy around here. I can place a white dot anywhere I'd like to, and what that allows me to do, if there's a language barrier or if the person has these in their ear and they can't hear you, then you can press this white dot on your screen and it'll automatically change on their side as well. So if they're just looking at their screen, they can know where to place the stethoscope. Okay, so I'll end the session, log back out, and what I'll show you next is our stroke portal. So this is kind of our stroke portal. We use this for our stroke patients. We set up in rural hospitals or rural communities, and they can connect back to, for instance, like Memorial in Savannah, if they have a stroke patient come in. So what this does is through this, they can just enter the patient's information, contraindications, the medical history, and once they just enter all these fields, they can submit it, and whenever they submit it, it goes straight to the doctor. They just open it up, they view it. You can see the live vital signs up here. You can update these as you go, and as soon as you update them, again, the live ones go here, and the ones that were there go into a stored file. And then once the physician is kind of reviewing the patient, after he gets to a certain point, he can approve or deny TPA. So you can see for this test patient, it was approved. And then he can also click on a button, it's called a Movi call, and then call into you guys so he can do a consult, a live consult with the patient at that time. So to go along with the stroke portal, we also have an image grid or a PACS system. What this allows us to do is instead of giving each physician access to hundreds of PACS systems, we just kind of created our own. So each facility that does x-rays or the CAT scans, they upload these into our PACS system, and then it's cloud-based, so it can be instantly viewed wherever the physician is or wherever the neurologist is. And then he can just click on these. It just kind of has some normal functionality of a PACS system. So you can scroll through the images. If he wanted to bring a certain part of it up and zoom in on it, he can. Invert it. And then you see the different measurement tools and everything else across the top. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to switch back to my live camera. And if you have any questions, the staff that's on site with you can answer those now. Thank you.